Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please join with us at home. We are starting with Hine Matov. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Let's try it again. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Let's do some clapping. Hine Matov, Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum.
Hine Matov are these beautiful words from our tradition that, of course, mean, isn't it great for us to be together? And those are kind of poignant words over the last several months because the truth is we have not been together. And even on this Shabbat, which for those of you who've been joining us for Shabbat here at Temple Bethel over the last couple months, you will notice that there's a slight change this evening. The backdrop is different. We are outside, not at our homes. And yes, we are actually here at the temple, the first time we have been here. That doesn't mean that everything has gone back to normal. It does not mean that we are beyond COVID. Unfortunately, we still live in a COVID world. But at the same time, as the things have progressed, we are doing our best to try to keep up with what's changing, with everything from the state mandates to our understanding of the health guidelines we should follow from all of our doctors, to the Jewish community advice. There's lots of things going on. And although we do not have an open Shabbat service tonight, this is not a time that our community is here together in person for Shabbat. This is our first opportunity to both project these services, bring them to everyone from temple rather than our homes. And we have the opportunity tonight to, included in our Shabbat service, have a brief private ceremony of confirmation for our students who have gone through religious school all the way up to this point and are ready to be confirmed. So because of that moment of confirmation, we have a small group of students here. Again, it's a very small group of family members who are here with us in person for the purpose of the ceremony. I want to be clear to everyone, just so that we aren't on different pages here, that this is not an open Shabbat service, but it is a Shabbat service coming from temple with a small group here for the ceremony of confirmation, which we're very excited for a little bit later in our service. So a couple things that everyone will notice. The first one is that even though you can't see those who are here with us, you can see me up here. In a moment, you'll see Rabbi Brudney, you'll see the cantor. In the front here, what we are using as the front, we are separated by a good distance. There's an even larger distance between us and all the confirmands and their families who are here. That's the reason why we are not currently wearing masks. We will also be wearing masks anytime that we're not in front leading like this. Everyone else who is here is wearing a mask and appropriately distanced. It's important to say that just so everyone understands that even though we are here in person, we are still maintaining the best protocols that we can to keep ourselves safe during this time. So as we lead into this moment of Shabbat, given all of these changes, given all of these precautions, given the joy and the beauty of confirmation, which has been a long time coming for these students, we truly will say, even if it isn't entirely in person, Hine Matov, isn't it great that we can still be one community, one family, one Jewish people together on Shabbat? And as we continue with our service this evening, we always light the candles first, of course, and tonight it is a special joy to welcome the president of our congregation, Rochelle Nelson, who will be lighting the candles for us tonight. And I want to say a special thank you to her. She's chosen to sponsor our service tonight in honor of our confirmands. So thank you to Rochelle Nelson, and we're going to go to her home for lighting and blessing the Shabbat candles.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Temple Bethel, I want to wish our confirmants and their families a hearty Mazel Tov. Even though traditionally confirmation coincides with the Jewish holiday of Shavuos, the truth is that any time would be an appropriate time for our students to confirm their commitment to Judaism and to Jewish life. So if you would please join with me in the lighting of the Shabbat candles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotov v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. Thank you, everyone.
And thank you again to Rochelle. Amen. We'll continue with Lecha Dodi. Mikrat kala
b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. I invite those who are here to turn and face our entrance, which is the inside, and those who are in your homes to stand and face whatever direction feels right to you, wherever you feel like that Shabbat bride is ready to come and join us. Boi b'shalom ateret bala, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבל לה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבל לה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבל לה. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד. יאללה לילה yalla la 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 yalla la. Can we get some harmonies, Rabbi? Yalla la 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 yalla. It's so rare I'm getting to hear harmonies while I sing that I just had to take that opportunity. And now as we hear the harmonies in our own minds, in our own hearts, we take a moment for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Continue now with our Micha Mocha, our song of freedom, with the wind blowing in our hair. Also, I must give a shout out to Rochelle Nelson, our president who joined us earlier on video address. Rochelle, you really added an air of dignity, you know, like when a president can't come to your conference and so instead you get the taped message. So thank you for that. It felt very special out here. But we join together now, Micha Mocha. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh Yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'elianu v'yamru, ze'elianu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Yalai, yai la la la, yalai la, yalai la la, yai la la la, yalai la la.
we continue now from the high of that Micha Mocha to whatever is in your heart with some moments of silent prayer. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Chen Chesed Berachamim Chen Chesed Berachamim Berachamim Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Tova Uvracha Tova Uvracha Amazing, as Cantor mentioned earlier, getting to hear live harmonies out here and just hearing the way that the music weaves together. And I love that one. We used to do that in my Nifty region growing up, so that always also throws me back to my high school days. Great connection to my friends out here waiting for their confirmation. But I feel like moments like that just show the restorative power of music, which is such a beautiful transition to our Misha Beirach, our prayer for healing, where we think of those in our community in need of healing, of mind, of body, of spirit. On this Shabbat, we think of Keith Abendrod, Susan Abendrod, Harold Banish, Andrew Barr, Rory Barner, Chloe Bell, Robin Bettany, Hannah Cardew, Bob Canvasser, Nancy Cohen, Matthew Cornell, Phyllis Dash, William Dash, Alan Dorfman, John Ellinger, Eric Farber, Burton Farbman, Charlie Feldman, Erica Fillmore, Tom Ferentz, Marion Friedman, Stanley Friedman, Jordan Friedman, Margaret Gantz, Mark Glazer, Alan Goldberg, Lucille Gross, Shelley Gross-Schneider, Elizabeth Gulick, Ty Hall, Sandy Hermanoff, Shauna Herron, Joe Kessler, Dina Coher, Betty LeMay, Avraham Leib, Kate Lax, Max Lepler, Gretchen Levitan, Stan Levy, Vicki Mansfield, Landon Martins, Beverly Peterman, Aiden Petrikoff, Maya Platt, Roland Polly, Miriam Ramanick, Earl Reamer, Al Resnick, Melissa Rosenberg, Raymond Rosenfeld, Phyllis Salomon, Rosemary Scary, Jerry Shane, Don Spivak, Janice Stanichuk, Jeffrey Taylor, David Tomasevich, Barry Waldbot, Elizabeth Walker, Carl and Sandra Worth, Meredith Williamson, Margie Winston, Esther Ann Zabitz, and Alice Zaks, as Cantor leads us now in words of Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
So we now get to continue with our confirmation ceremony that, again, we're so excited was able to happen safely and in person. And so I have this fantastic book, The Growth of Reform Judaism. I'm sure most of you have read it before. And it has a lot of primary documents inside. And so I found this primary document. It's from France in 1856. And so this was when Reform Judaism started to spread to France. And they had kind of a conference to talk through what Reform Judaism would be all about. And they mentioned confirmation, actually, and so I wanted to share those words with all of you. So they ask, first of all, right, in educating the children, by what means can the worship service be made more dignified, edifying, and instructive? And the answer is, the children are to learn the religious melodies, which I think many of you have been present for many hours of religious melodies at this point. Between your own training and Sunday mornings, where we see you frequently, responsive prayers are to be introduced, which we certainly still do here at Temple Bethel. That says the conference recommends the introduction of the custom of having parents place their hands on the heads of their children during the communal recital of the priestly benediction. Yeah, we see some examples out there, and we will loop back to that. You will get a chance to try that again later. And most of all, in the building of a new synagogue, architects are to keep in mind that both sexes wish to attend the service, and that special places are to be reserved for school children. So I love that one, because you guys probably have noticed, if you come to Temple, pardon me, on any Friday or Saturday night, the front row is reserved for our students at all times, which is probably why other people don't usually sit there. So we have the special seating for you guys. And most of all, though, then it talks specifically about the item of confirmation. This was number 7 on a list of several. And it said, this rite is to have the name ceremony of religious majority. It's a lot of syllables. More than confirmation, which is, for one word, it's a lot of syllables, but that's like 3 heavy hitters in a row. And then, children are not to be admitted except upon passing proper examinations which witness to their religious knowledge. So they had like a very clear vision of like a test. And this idea also in 1856 France, ideas of childhood and education were rather different than we have now. And so now, more than tests, it's more about spending this incredible time together over these last many, many years and getting to see you guys grow and develop as leaders in this Temple community, seeing you, whether it was on Monday nights, on Sunday mornings, all other times of the week, but seeing the incredible knowledge base that you guys have built up, but more than testing you on something we thought you've learned, of seeing you work through texts on your own, seeing the ideas you come up with, seeing how you engage with our Jewish tradition. And so this evening, we're going to get to hear from you guys what your own thoughts and feelings are from some of the incredible texts of our tradition. And we hope that as you continue with high school and then beyond, don't leave, but we understand, that you will continue to wrestle with these texts and to grow your Jewish knowledge and engagement wherever you end up. And now we do have Education Director Debbie Marashik, who I believe is also coming to us by video address to share some of her words with our confirmands.
Thank you, Rabbi Bredney. I'm really happy to be here with you tonight, even if it is virtually, for this simcha, this happy occasion, this your confirmation. I loved that text that you brought, Rabbi Bredney, and I will stamp that everybody here has passed the test and they are ready to go. Confirmation, really, it's a celebration, and it's a celebration of your commitment. And when I say you, I'm talking to the students. I'm talking to our confirmation students. It's your commitment to Jewish learning, to our Jewish community, and most specifically to our Temple Bethel community, that you have been committed to us, and that's why we're celebrating you tonight. As teens, the way that you engage with Jewish texts, with learning, with thinking about our values and our ideas, it's so much more mature than when you were a lot younger. And that's why we're so glad that you're still here and that you're sticking around to meet those challenges. And that's why it is such a pleasure to teach you, to learn from you. And I guess that's why this past year, our Sunday afternoons were so lively and they were fun. It was because of your energy and because of your wisdom. And, you've been sharing that wisdom with your teachers, with me, with your clergy. And the exciting thing is that tonight you're going to get to share that wisdom with the entire congregation. And that is really going to be the highlight of our evening. You have each chosen a text from a collection called Pirkei Avot, which is a collection of Jewish wisdom literature. Pirkei Avot means the wisdom of our ancestors. And you've each chosen a text from Pirkei Avot that is meaningful for you, and you are going to share with us what it means to you and what you have learned from it. So after you give your speech, there are 2 things on the table for you that I want to tell you about and make sure everybody knows what they are. One is a confirmation certificate from the temple so that you can remember this evening forever and ever. And the other is a gift. The gift is from the temple's sisterhood, who is always so generous. And it is a Torah commentary in hopes that Torah will always be an important part of your life. So I just want to send you virtual hugs. I want to send you spiritual hugs and a big mazel tov. And I believe Rabbi Miller is going to introduce you all now.
Thank you, Debbie, for sharing those words, as well as Rabbi Bredney sharing some very old words and old wisdom. Yes, I just discovered tonight why the front row is always open at Temple. But I'm glad that I know now. Now I won't think anything else about it except for it's for the confirmation students. So thank you, Rabbi. For our students, as Debbie said, they will each be presenting a brief talk based on a text. And so this evening, unfortunately, there are a number of our confirmands who could not be with us in person tonight. We'll hear from some of them a little bit later, but the confirmands who are here with us, who in order will come up, deliver their speech, and then grab their gifts on the way back to their seats, are first Elizabeth Duran, Sam Goodman, Kim Gerwin, and Hannah Rosinski. So let's give each of them their attention as they present us words of wisdom on their confirmation.
Hello. A reading that I feel very connected to from Pirkei Avot is, "Get yourself a teacher, find yourself a friend, and judge every person favorably." From the way I see it, one has many teachers. I have 3. Of course, I have my academic teachers who make my future career possible. I have my Jewish teachers here at Temple that keep me connected to my Jewish life and culture, and I have my family like my grandparents, my brother, and parents that teach me the lessons of life. I've had a best friend since before kindergarten, but I've met new friends during my various stages of life. For example, my friends from middle school are different from my friends from high school, and I have met more people through activities and sports like my cheer team. I want to go through life with a friend by my side to share my highs and lows, so I'm beyond grateful for all the friends who have stayed by my side through it all. The last part of the Pirkei Avot is the most important to me, to judge every person favorably. At first glance, you do not know what people are going through. Therefore, it is not your place to judge them. Being in an area where Judaism is not as prevalent, I try to live by this. When I am wearing my chai necklace, I do not want someone to judge me negatively for being Jewish when they do not know anything about me. So I try not to judge anyone for being different in any way, like race, religion, and appearance, because it is not fair to judge someone without knowing who they really are on the inside, which is what matters the most. On my confirmation day, I am so grateful that I have all these people in my life that push me to be the best person I can be and teach me the morals of life. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
For confirmation, we were given some quotes from the Jewish text Pirkei Avot in the Mishnah. We were then told to find a quote that resonated with us and our experience here at Temple. For me, this was an easy task. I scanned the list and found this quote: "Do not separate yourself from the community." This is a simple instruction compared to the others, but I was instantly able to connect with it. In my time here at Temple, I have learned time and again that everybody is always welcome. It's not just something people say, it's a fact. I've had many days in my life where I didn't even want to leave the house. In 7th grade, I got really sick and was out of school most of the year. I didn't leave the house a lot, and I didn't feel like I had a lot going for me at the time. That year, I would come to Temple for religious school and high holidays. These were few and far between for me. I didn't look forward to the strain of going out at the time, but I would come to Temple and instantly feel a sense of warmth. Here, you're always greeted with a smile, and there's always someone to talk to, confide in, or connect with. Here, there's a sense of comfort. My Jewish journey has been about making connections within this community. It's why I've stayed active within Temple so long, even as close friends leave. Here, it's not hard to connect with others or feel at home. This place is one where you can learn something from everybody you talk to. This is a place where you can leave with a smile no matter what mood you walked in with. This is a place, whether it's every day, every week, or a couple times a year, you can look forward to being. From Betty events to Sunday school to services throughout the year, there's always a memory or connection to make here. I even believe some of my best birthday parties throughout my life have been here. Having fun with friends, making memories, and going through life is something I've done here and will continue to do here. So today, on a day when we were asked if we want to continue our Jewish journeys, my answer is of course yes, because nobody should separate themselves from the community, especially one as welcoming as ours.
Life is a series of twists and turns, of successes and failures, of options and choices. As the text Pirkei Avot says, what is the right path a person should choose, whatever is honorable to himself or herself, and honorable in the eyes of others. The text talks about choices and paths. Most often there are two types of choices, and these different choices lead you on different paths. The easy choice and the right choice. The easy choice is just that, easy, convenient, quick, and to many it can seem like the more favorable choice. The easy choice may often not have the desirable outcome. It can provide things like temporary happiness, fulfillment, or success. However, it most likely isn't the choice that will benefit you or others in the long run. Now we have a second option, the right choice. The right choice may not look the most favorable in the beginning, and it will most likely be the harder choice to make. But making that choice, that right choice, will benefit you more in the future. In my life, I had the option of continuing through Hebrew school after my bat mitzvah. I didn't love Hebrew school at the time. I was shy and I didn't have a lot of friends. But I made the choice to try it one more year, and in that year I got closer with and made many new Jewish friends at Temple. I became a madrika and worked with 5th graders my first year and 2nd graders for the last 2 years. In our classes I learned new things like cooking, and as I continued to do Monday night school and now Sunday school, I continued to meet new people outside my grade and form new connections with them. As more years passed and I continued to be a madrika, and I continued to pave my way towards my adult life with the lessons I learned from Temple. And as I stand here now, on the day of my confirmation, I know that I made the right choice. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Hello. The verse that spoke out to me most was, "Do not judge your fellow until you have stood in his place," which to me reminds me of the more commonly known quote by Emo Phillips, "Never judge someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes." That way, when you do judge them, you are a mile away and have their shoes. Most people, however, have only heard the first part. You will hear people say that they never judge anyone until they know the full story. But let's be real, people judge. You judge, even if you don't want to. We all do. It's only human. For example, you are all probably judging me on my speech right now. With that being said, it does not mean it's a free-for-all. If you do judge someone, you should keep it to yourself. There's no need to go spilling your mind to everyone like Sheldon Cooper. Personally, I've experienced an unfortunate amount of judgment while gaming, because I play video games. A lot of people judge me for being a girl while playing. Thank you. And that's not fair to me. You can't call me bad because I'm female. You don't even know how I play. So, it would be nice if these people just kept their judgments to themselves. It would make a more positive environment and everyone happier. So next time you meet someone, smile, say hi. If you judge them, keep it to yourself. I mean, really, no one wants to know what you think. That's not what I meant to say. It might hurt their self-esteem if you tell them what you really think, so just keep it to yourself and be nice. Shabbat Shalom.
We have 2 confirmands who are not able to be here tonight, one of whom we will hear from momentarily by video, but first I want to share A.J. Sherman's speech with you. Who is wise?
the one who learns from everyone. As it is said, from all who would teach me have I gained understanding. Psalms 119, verse 99. When I first saw this quote, I thought of my family. They each have different lessons to teach me. My sister taught me about her social group drama. My brother taught me how to fit in a big public high school. My dad taught me how to drive, and my mom taught me never to give up. Actually, she taught me this by not letting me give up. In 6th grade, Mom really wanted me to play tennis. I was not interested. After lots of negotiations, she got me to try it. I thought I was terrible, but my mom thought I might actually be pretty good at it. I wanted to quit tennis, but my mom would not let me. Through lots of forced tennis matches, I learned that with perseverance, I could be successful. I was glad I stuck with it because I am actually a pretty good tennis player now. Paying attention to these lessons my family has taught me has helped me grow. Learning from other people helps make me wiser. And now we will hear from the last of our confirmands, Leah Kotick, by video.
As a Jew, I live by the understanding to value, honor, and appreciate my friends because of all the great things they do for me in life. My friends fill me with happiness and confidence, and in return, I value them equally. They deserve to be honored in all ways similar because of the tremendous impact they make on my life. In the Pirkei Avot, it states to let your friends' honor be as precious to you as your own. I live by this concept because understanding that my friends will always honor and be there for me is precious and is rare to find with many people. Sometimes people can be unreliable, but knowing that I can always trust my friends is a valuable aspect to have. One time, for a school project, my friend and I were in a group of 2 other classmates we didn't know that well, and part of the project was to bring in items from home. Otherwise, our group would have a huge percentage of our project deducted. As much as I wanted to trust the other 2 group members to bring their items in, I understood what was at stake and knew I could rely on my friend to bring in their items just in case they forgot. Sure enough, the next day they came to us panicked because they forgot their items, but thankfully, my friend came prepared and we kept all of our points on our project. Knowing I can rely on my friends is very useful and is another reason why I value my friends' honor. I am very thankful for the friends I have made, and I hope to keep this honorable connection we share forever.
Thank you so much to all of you for sharing your own wrestling with our texts and these ideas that the Pirkei Avot bring to you, which I just love, are so relatable, and you guys took them in these amazing directions, so thank you for sharing. And we do now get to offer you the priestly blessing, and as we recently heard, the preferred way to do that is parents. Yes, we had one good listener out there. Many good listeners, one great listener perhaps, but parents, you're welcome to place your hands on your child or children's. Everyone's invited for the blessing as we offer you these words from the Torah. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. To our confirmation students, may God bless and keep you with these texts resounding in your heads as life gets bigger and more complicated, and keep you in community, both with each other and, as you spoke about, through friends, through not judging and being open, through learning from everyone and from honoring others. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you, even if your speech blows away in the wind.
May God continue to shine on each one of you every day moving forward as you have taken this moment to share your light with all of us. And may God truly help each of you understand that those beautiful words you shared, the ancient wisdom that you learned, that you turned into modern advice for each of us, may God help you understand that that is the path to creating for all of us a lifetime filled with peace.
Amen.
Amen. Mazel tov to all of you who are here, to all the confirmands who are not here in person, but to everyone who has gone through this program and made it to this moment. It is a proud moment indeed, and we are so happy to share it with each of you and your families. Mazel tov again to all of our confirmands. And of course, as we put this confirmation into context, part of what that means for us as a community is that these words don't only take us back to the primary text that Rabbi Brudney shared with us from, what was it, about 150 years ago, 170 years ago? Coincidentally, that's how old the temple is. It was about the same time frame. It doesn't just take us back there, it takes us back through the generations to all the people who have gone before us, all of them on whose shoulders we stand in this moment. And so as a congregation on this particular Shabbat, we think about those of our own families and this community that we think about at this time of Kaddish. And we begin with the names of those we've lost in the last 30 days during the Shloshim period. Noah Samuel Cutler, Morton A. Friedman, Beatrice Howard, Alan Vineker, Thomas I. Klein, Robert I. Lesser, Seymour Donald Berman, Marvin Greenberg, Marge Wild. In addition, we've been asked this evening to remember Roy Goodman and Hermina Lieb. So we hold on to all of them. We also turn now, as you can see on your screens, all the names of those for whom this is their yortzeit as we join together, and everyone present can please rise for these words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal V'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divra Chirutei V'yamlich Malchutei B'chayechon Uv'yomechon Uv'chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uv'izman Kariv V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Meborach Leolam L'almei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei D'kudsha Barichu Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'miran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May each of them continue to be a blessing for us in our lives, and let's all together say amen.
Shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Amen. You can all be seated. And we continue now with some announcements of what's going on here with Temple. So first of all, I really wanted to draw attention. I don't know who is Cantor's friend on Facebook. Everyone's her friend in real life, but who's her friend on Facebook? Because Cantor posted yesterday or this morning? This morning about her upcoming, so Sunday night is her Cantor on her couch program, and she said she hadn't decided on her songs yet, but people could make requests. And there's like 60 plus comments on that post at this point, and I led a really committed lobbying effort for her to sing Defying Gravity on Sunday night, which I think was a winning effort. We'll have to tune in to see. Yeah, so curtain up at 7 p.m. So if you want to hear that, which I very badly do. And the other thing in particular I want to draw your attention to, besides all of our general COVID time weekly programming that we've been doing, is my book club this coming Monday, July 27th at noon. This coming Monday meaning like 10 days from now, I hope, not like 3. Yeah, I'll be more ready in 10 days than 3. We are reading The Color of Love by Mara B. Gad. It's a story of an interracial Jewish girl, and we'll be discussing it, and I've heard great things about it, and I hope that many of you will join us on Zoom Monday the 27th at noon. And with that, we move on to our Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lemahaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrahe kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
Amen and l'chaim. It made a bit of a funny noise when I opened the jar, the bottle. I'm not sure it had been opened in a while, so we're just going to tread lightly with that. But I hope your beverages at home are fantastic. And I now get to hand it back over to Debbie Marashik on hand to lead our motzi.
Thank you, Rabbi Bredney. Just once again, Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and a huge mazel tov to all of our confirmation students. I am so proud of you all. And it's time for motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Debbie, for joining us again, sharing the joy of education with all of these students and so many others. And of course, all of these moments of education, all these moments, whether it's consecration, bar or bat mitzvah, confirmation, eventually graduation, all these moments are moments that are part of a lifelong journey. And so we're going to close our service this evening with words of an original Jewish journey, Lechi Lach, and we hope that anyone at home will please sing along with us if you know these words. It's a beautiful way to end our service tonight.
Lechi lach to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha to a place you do not know. Lechi lach on your journey I will bless you. And you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. Lechi lach. And I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to the place that I will show you. Lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lesimchat chayim, lechi lach. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. And you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach.
The blessing of this evening, of course, is the opportunity to share this moment with our confirmands and their families. a moment that they have been working toward for many years and now can look back on, just like so many generations before them, where in not too long their picture will be up on the wall here at the temple. People show up all the time coming back to look at that confirmation photo. It's truly a historic moment, and we're so proud of each of you, and we look forward to all the great things you're going to do for us, with us, and as you lead us into the future. And so with all our hopes and dreams wrapped up in each of you, we say tonight, Amen, and Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.